Good morning, welcome to the Danielcode. This is a instructional video on the T.03 signals which we provide to members of the Danielcode, and there seems to have been some little bit of confusion with some of our clients being not quite sure as to the different signals that arise from the turns at the Danielcode numbers, which is what the Danielcode website is all about, and the T.03 signals, which come from a different algorithm. So perhaps we could just start by looking at where you would find the T.03 signals. Some have been looking for them on charts. They're actually not on charts contemporaneously. The T.03 signals are posted on their own T.03 page every day, and charts in normal weeks at least, but not recently, are not updated other than on Mondays and Thursdays. So for that reason they have their own page, and we post those signals every morning. Let's look at the website, and you can see that there are two tabs on the landing page for the T.03 signals. One of them is on the left and the other one is a large bright box on the right top. Now the T.03 signals are not part of your subscription. The nominal subscription that we charge for the Danielcode covers the Danielcode numbers. Those are the support and resistance lines that come from the proprietary Danielcode number sequence, which you will be familiar with. And on our website at www.thedanielcode.com, the Danielcode targets and numbers are posted twice a week. There are weekly charts and daily charts, and on some markets there are 240-minute charts. We cover 16 Forex pairs, including the most common ones. We cover the S&P index, the Dow Jones, the German DAX, the Australian SPY, the QQQQs and the Russell, as well as the Nifty 50 in India. So they're all the indices that we cover. In commodities we cover wheat, soybean and corn. In addition, we cover crude oil and UST bonds, and of course a major part of our markets and our client interest is in the gold and silver market, and to that extent we provide Danielcode price levels and targets on Comex gold, Comex silver and the Huey index, and they are in weekly, daily and 240-minute targets. So that's what the Danielcode website's about. It's primarily about furnishing you with the Danielcode support and resistance levels through the Danielcode number sequence. In addition to that, and purely as a gift from me to my clients, I provide you with a variety of buy and sell signals at very precise entry points, and we call those the T.03 signals. Now, they are quite separate to the normal Danielcode signals that you should be able to work out for yourselves from the Danielcode support and resistance line. So we have two different things. To work out your Danielcode turns from the support and resistance levels, you look at the Danielcode trading manual, and that will lead you down the road of how to do that. We don't tell you everything how to do it. We are not a learn to trade site. What we try to do is supply you with these levels and teach you to use your own indicators in conjunction with those that I've suggested to you to find out where the market turns are likely to be. Now, all markets turn at the Danielcode numbers, regardless of whether it's oil or gold or Forex or equities, any other market you like to add. All markets turn at the Danielcode numbers. And we can identify in real time a bit better than 85% of those turns at the published numbers. So that's the basic job of trading the Danielcode. The T.03s, because we do have a number of clients who don't have endless hours, they're not professional traders, they don't have endless hours to analyse, work and examine charts, and we do have a lot of people who have permanent jobs. With the T.03s, once I've posted them, you don't really need to do any more analysis. You can simply take the signals as being there and valid for 2 days from the day they're posted if they are elected. So let's have a look at what information we've got on the website to show you about these signals. The first thing you'll notice on the front page of the website is the Danielcode T.03 Model Forex account. Now this is a summary account. It's been running since the 1st of July, and in there we've posted every signal that the Danielcode T.03 model has given in Forex since that date, and you'll see that in the 104 days from the 1st of July until the 13th of October, that account has made 68.5% return, and it has an 87.1% strike rate. To the best of my knowledge, that is the most effective Forex trading program in the world. At the bottom of that box you'll see we have a full account history, every trade is posted, and we have an explanatory note which shows you the assumptions that the model makes and which you should make as well. So I do urge you to have a look at that. It has been doing very, very well. It is the most effective Forex trading model in the world at the moment, to my knowledge, and better than anything else, guys, it's free. All you have to do is put your orders on. I provide that to you at no additional cost to members of the Danielcode. Some points, if I may. The T.03 signals do not appear on the charts unless I'm trying to make a point about the T.03 signal, and that won't happen for some days after the charts, after the T.03 signals have been elected. The process of election of the signal means that if it's a buy signal, it takes out the daily high of the setup day plus a couple of ticks, and if it's a sell signal, it takes out the daily low of the setup bar less a few ticks. In Forex you've got to allow a little bit more, 5 or 6 ticks variance, because there's no central exchange for Forex, and therefore all the platforms return slightly different prices. The concept of election, if we could just go to the next chart, which you'll see is an S&P chart, you'll see that the T.03 buy signal came on the big gap up day. It was the day immediately following the low that went down to about 844. Now, because the T.03s are a daily signal, they have to elect the daily highs or lows, that is, take out the daily highs and lows of the previous bar to become effective. In this case, the setup bar's high was 942, so you'd be a buyer at 943. You can exit where you like. There are endless strategies for exits, and what we say is we enter with great precision, but we exit as best we can. In this case, if you use my suggested exit at the first profitable opening, the open next day at 10.51 gave you 109 points, or 27,000 odd per S&P contract. Now, admittedly, these are historically volatile times. That is just a extreme example, but it is a real example. It was posted for all to see, as was the buy signal the same day on the DAX, the Dow, and those T.03 signals last Monday together made over $100,000 per one contract. The next chart to look at is the Comex gold chart, and we're talking there about moving the entry. You'll have seen this in the gold bulletin last week, that we got the T.03 sell signal on the Thursday, which is the bar that's got the red rectangle around it, which means that we would have on Thursday sold at Wednesday's low. You'll see that that point was not elected, that is, the market did not trade there, so we didn't have a valid T.03 entry on that day. So we would then move our stop on entry up to be a seller of the next bar. That will then be the Thursday's bar. So on Friday we would have sold, if we were just trading off the daily charts, we would have sold at the low of Friday's bar. For those of you, of course, who are full-time traders, you would have seen the reversal right at the T.03 high at close to about 937. The next chart, much the same, will show you a T.03 sell in T-bonds, which came late last week. You'll see the little inside bar with the rectangle had the T.03 signal on it. you would have been a seller at Tuesday's low. It didn't take it out, so you moved your stop up, and on Thursday you sold at Wednesday's low minus a few ticks. And you can see how effective that trade has been. The final chart here is to show you when a trade is not elected. And on the T.03 signal, in crude oil, you'll see the bar in the red rectangle. That had a T.03 signal on it. That high is never taken out, nor is the next day's high within our 2-day allowable time. So just make sure that you understand clearly before the T.03 signals become valid, they must be elected. If you are a professional trader or a full-time trader and you want to anticipate the signal, that's fine. Please feel free to do so, as long as your indicators support it. But bear in mind you'll get in earlier, you'll have smaller stops, but you'll also get more full signal.